Well, hello. Today we're doing the historical drama starring Charlton Heston, Ava Gardner, and David Niven, 55 Days at Peking.
This is the forbidden city of Peking. In the year 1900.
Here they come!
The year of the Boxer Uprising. Against the never-before-seen canvas of China, with all its mystery and adventure, its savagery and barbarism, is told the epic saga of a handful of men and women of 11 nations who battled the armies of an empress while the world looked on and held its breath. 55 Days at Peking, starring Charlton Heston, Ava Gardner, David Niven.
I admire Sir Arthur. He always gives me the feeling that God must be an Englishman.
Also starring Flora Robson as the treacherous Dowager Empress.
You are well, Sir Arthur?
I am well, if you are well, Your Majesty.
John Ireland as Sergeant Harry. Harry Andrews as Father de Bell. Liu Gen, the wise counselor General Yung Lu. Robert Helpman, the wily Prince Tuan. Kurt Kasner as the Russian ambassador Baron Ivanov.
You have always known that I have a way with men, Sake.
The Major?
What do you want?
I would like to be present when he finds out what you are.
What was she really like? This beautiful woman who had a way with men.
What happens to you in Tenzin?
I will be entirely in your hands, Major.
You're in my hands now, but you seem to keep slipping through my fingers. What the hell can I offer? A soldier's pay?
Yes.
Well, a soldier's pay buys a soldier's woman.
55 Days of Hope. 55 Days of Heroism. 55 Days of Hell.
As I said, there's something I have to tell you.
Is it about my father?
Yes.
Is he dead?
55 Days at Peking.
It is 1900 and China is in crisis. 100 million peasants are starving due to a drought. Foreigners have gained concessions and are exploiting the people. This resentment has given birth to the Boxers. The Boxers have been killing foreigners, particularly Christian missionaries and Chinese Christians. The Dowager Empress has sided with the Boxers and given tacit approval to assassinate the German ambassador. The Empress further suggests that all foreigners leave Peking as she can't guarantee their safety. The British ambassador rallies or shames the other ambassadors to not leave and stay. So the Boxers attack, but they are driven off due to the superior firepower of the foreign legation. Thus begins a siege of the legation by the Boxers. The Empress later openly joins the Boxers, and with her imperial army manages to stop the rescue mission of the British. It is looking grim for the legation now. So they decide to launch a guerrilla operation behind enemy lines and blow up an armory, and thus the Empress loses face. Finally, though, the legation is relieved by a coalition of major powers after 55 days. The Boxers are defeated, and the Empress realizes this is the end of her dynasty. So this is a 1963 movie, a fictional dramatization of an actual historical event, the Boxer Rebellion. And they did actually lay siege to the foreign legation in Peking, which is now known as Beijing. And the government, Empress, sided with the Boxers. And basically a coalition of the world's powers got together and defeated her. Now, this was a movie filmed in Spain, actually. And, they had only like 300 Asians in Spain at the time, so they had to bring a lot of them. They had to go look through all Europe to bring a whole bunch of Asians in so they could have extras for this. And it was kind of a bit of a weak script. That's what Charlton Heston thought originally and didn't want to do it, but he kept getting pestered by the director, who was a friend of his, and the producers, and decided, okay, fine, I'll do it. And it has pretty much very much action-oriented plot to it. There was very little in the way of character development or that. This movie did have some problems. The director had a heart attack through it, and it had to get replaced by another director. And Ava Gardner was apparently a real problem. She didn't like the script. She got drunk a lot and apparently forgot her lines, so they decided to kind of write her out in the movie by having her killed while she was delivering medical supplies. And then they gave the important lines to somebody else, so that's how they took care of her. And it was a movie that was made for $10 million, and it only had revenue of $10 million, so it was obviously a big loss for the studio. Now, this is a movie that I really do enjoy, though. I know I would have loved it as a kid. I mean, definitely, probably because of the action. There's not much. There's like a romance with Heston and Gardner, but it's very. They have no chemistry, and it doesn't really go anywhere. The Gardner's Countessa is a disgraced one who apparently had an affair with a Chinese general, and that forced her husband to commit suicide. And there's no real, spark between them or story-wise. There's also kind of another little plot where a half-Chinese girl whose father was an American officer gets killed, and Heston at the end kind of takes her. And it just seemed forced because, there was not much development on that plot either. But it's definitely a fun movie. I know, like as a kid, I loved watching the action. I still love watching it. It's for that reason alone. I think it's a really cool movie. And, also it's something that couldn't be made today now because obviously it's a movie about China getting its ass kicked. And they quite soundly got their ass kicked in this movie. They were the bad guys. And, obviously that. Now our movie executives because are just kissing ass to the CCP, oh hey, I made 300 million movie and I need more people to watch it or I'm gonna lose money. So this is throwback to a time when executives didn't give a damn about the Chinese Communist Party, and because back in then, Chairman Mao didn't let anyone see American movies and. They didn't care, so it's kind of a fun little throwback. So thanks a lot for sticking with me, and you're a unique individual if you did. Thanks.